Hello everybody, my name is Claude Webster, and today I want to start a new direction. I have put a lot of emphasis on calming your inner dialogue. It's like developing the muscle inside of your head to really help you calm down that inner dialogue, that chatter inside of your head when you are in a situation of stress, a situation of performance. For me, it's very, very important, and I talk a lot about that. Today, I want to do another step in another direction. Now that people are starting to get a grip on what goes on in your head, now I want to start reprogramming your inner dialogue, to start changing I would say like the frequency of the radio that is playing in your head. So I will share with you today a first tool to help you do that, and I will explain especially why for me it is so important to get a grip on the inner dialogue that tends to be so critical or so negative. Recently, I've been reading a lot on positive psychology and all the researches that they've been doing. And they made many wonderful discoveries concerning how the brain works. And one of the things that caught my attention is the fact that our brain really functions at its best when we are positive, when we are happy. The brain is flooded with hormones like dopamine and serotonin that not only make us feel good, but it also is a great fuel for the learning centers in your head. That means you can process more information and faster. So when you want to reach success in our quest of performing at our best, it's extremely useful to have those hormones and to have this inner state of positivity. If you're like me, you were brought up by thinking that when you will reach your goal, you'll be happy. It's as if we have a point that we aim for, it's our goal. Let's say success. I want to succeed. I want to succeed in life. And when I reach this goal, bing, it's fireworks. Then I'll be happy. Sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. Positive psychology have demonstrated with lots of research that it's actually the other way around. It's as if happiness is the fuel that we need in order to get success. So by shifting our point of view and by putting here happiness or an inner state of positivity, being more optimist, here, if I reach towards happiness, then I will have success. There is a great book called The Happiness Advantage by Sean Acker. I don't know if it's pronounced that way. And in that book, there are lots of information about all the researches that they've made and discoveries on the advantages of shifting your perspective towards a more positive way of looking at things in life. He proposed a great definition of happiness, actually, which is happiness is the joy that you feel when you move towards your potential. I love this definition. That means that I'm happy when I'm actually working with my potential, when I'm using my potential. And that makes me, it's like it opens up, it creates inside of me such a great feeling. And this will be the fuel I need to be more successful. Now, that means a lot of time during the day, there are moments that I could shift my perspective. Instead of being more pessimistic, or I would call it more passive towards life, things happen, it's difficult, and then I can be down or can be, I'm pulled down with that. It's okay, that happens. It doesn't change the fact that life sometimes throws us difficult things. After I receive or get in touch with how I feel, what do I do now? I want to change my inner state. Let's say this is aligned, life goes on, it goes well, and then something hard arrives, and then I go down. When I'm here down, what happens is I have a tendency to be afraid of I'm afraid it's going to go down, even further down, or I'm afraid I'm going to stay down forever, for all my life. And what we want is to go up. When we take a moment to back off and to gather a change of perspective, suddenly we can see a way out and a way up. In order to do that, there are many tools, and how we perceive life to change our perspective will help us. In order to do that, today I have a tool, a very easy, very effective tool, and it's probably the one that I've had the most feedback, positive feedbacks for all the people that I've worked with. Within a few weeks, it really changes your life. Not only the way you perform, the way you prepare for your performance, but also your everyday life. So it's a journal of gratitude. To write or to find things that you are happy with that happen today. It can take many forms. You can originally, I've heard from a book called Happiness from Tal Ben-Shahar, who used to teach at Harvard a course on happiness. And one of the homework that the students had to do was to keep that journal, write down in a journal every day 3 to 5 things for which they felt gratitude. Things that happened, things that they did, things that they noticed during the day that made them happy. You write what and you write why it made you happy. If you had a phone call from a friend that made you happy, okay, what was good about that call? And you write it down. If it's something that you did, you succeeded you really did your best. Maybe you didn't succeed the way you wanted or you planned, but at least you really did the best you could at that. You are very grateful for that. You recognize it, and I make peace with it, and that makes me feel so much more calm and centered. And now I can focus on what I want to do different next time. So you write down 3 to 5 things and why they are important for you. Things that made you happy or that brought you pleasure, brought you happiness during the day. I'm going to give you a couple of other options to use the same idea. My goal is to help you create a new way of looking at your day and to create a new habit, to create a new reflex of looking at your life from a different perspective. Usually, I tell the people I work with that one of the best best way that I found to use this is to do it at night before you go to bed. You write down, you look through your day with glasses filled with gratitude of what happened today. It's very good. Instead of, for example, looking at your day and all the things that you missed, all the things that you didn't do exactly the way you wanted, or the thing that happened badly, you don't want to go to bed or to sleep with this tension. You want to look. It's so arbitrary. I want to tell you that you have the choice to what you look for in your life. And to take 5 minutes to do that will really help you also bring with you in your sleep a much better inner state. If you're not crazy about writing down, some people prefer to write it first thing in the morning before they start the day of the things that happened the day before. That's fine. If it works well for you that way, you do the idea is to create a ritual that works for you, that is easy to apply because you need to do it regularly. It's something that needs to be built on a regular basis. It's a little bit like doing scales on a musical instrument or vocalize for the singers. To get used to this idea, I've read someone was doing it while brushing his teeth. So at night, every time he brushes his teeth, he goes through his day to find 3 to 5 things that he feels grateful for. I read also that one person was doing it at supper with his family. Before they start the supper, they would all say 2 or 3 things that they are grateful for that happened today. And it's a good way to share what happened today. And also, it created such an inner state and a bond between the family that was wonderful. I think there are many possibilities. As I said, the idea is to create a ritual that works for you. Some people tell me, yeah, but for me it's difficult because you understand I'm very, very critical and it's very useful. I understand. It is useful to be sometimes very good observant and to be able to see what needs to be improved. But if you are a slave of that negative or criticism way of thinking, you need to be able to shift, to alternate at least from this different point of view. And in order to do that, I usually tell the example of, I have a friend who teaches basketball for teenagers. And what they realize is that the teenagers, when they start to play, it's very easy to dribble with the dominant hand. Let's say if you're right-handed, to dribble with the right hand is very easy, but to do it with the left hand, the students say, no, I can't do it. And the teacher always say, it's not that you can't do it, it's that you haven't done it enough. When you play basketball, you need to be able to dribble with both hands. Otherwise, you have a big disadvantage. So you need to practice. So every day you play with a ball and dribble with the right hand, dribble with the left, and then you play with some rhythm, and by practicing it every day, within a few weeks, the teenagers, they discover that they can, and suddenly they become as comfortable with the left hand as they were with the right hand. And it's only because they had not done it enough. To think positively, to look at things from a perspective that is a little bit more optimistic, is something that needs to be done on a regular basis before it gets a new automatism, before it becomes a new reflex. All you need to do is practice and to do it. The important thing is to know about this is not enough. You need to be doing it. That's my point, in order to encourage you to find a way to use this every day to change your perspective, change your way of looking at things. For me, your brain functions at its best when you are being optimistic, when you are being positive. It's a little bit like looking at a glass that is half full. Is your glass half full or half empty? It's really a question of perspective, and you have the choice to decide which one you use. The one that is half empty robs you of energy. It takes you down. The one that looks at the glass and it's half full makes you feel happy about what you've done. You have achieved, you're now halfway through what you want to reach. Remember, we keep happiness as our goal, happy, positive, and fun, and then we grow success because we keep looking at our goal that is a more positive way of living. So I really wish you a good exploration with this little tool, and let me know if you have any questions. Thank you.